as he continues to point the finger at everybody else, including himself. So now Ryan Garcia is saying they fired his lawyer and advisor, saying that his lawyer has ties to Al Haymon somehow, some way, and that I guess he's alleging that dude is secretly being advised by Al Haymon to advise Ryan Garcia. I mean, can it not get any worse for Ryan Garcia? Like, you Ryan Garcia supporters are looking worse by the minute. You Ryan Garcia content creators that are in support of Ryan Garcia are looking worse by the minute. So now, I mean, you just cannot make this up. I mean, this is just getting to the point to where it's just laughable now. And you are trying to just ask yourself, why does Ryan Garcia continue to embarrass himself and embarrass his fans? You Ryan Garcia fans are getting bodied right now. You Ryan Garcia fans are just like, it's not too late to jump ship and just say, hey, you know what, Ryan, be a man and just admit that you did it. I mean, you got, how many people have Ryan Garcia blamed along the way? Well, it just appears that we're getting closer. It appears that we're getting closer. Now that he's officially attached Al Haymon to this situation, well, I think it's a matter of time before he attaches the name that we're all waiting for him to attach to this. So it means that we're getting warmer. It means we're getting warmer. It means that we're cooking. It means that, you know what I'm saying, something's in the oven, you know, cooking right now, bacon, whatever you want to call it, getting barbecued, you know. By the way, I spent $200 on barbecue, on, well, meat that is, but nevertheless, at this point, Ryan Garcia is pathetic. I think Ryan Garcia needs to check himself into a mental hospital, and Ryan Garcia shouldn't be allowed in the ring until he has a psychiatric evaluation. Oh, appreciate the super chat. I mean, it's just to the point it's laughable. Yeah, he need to get off the streets. Everybody that got social media, please hit Bill up and just tell Bill to press charges against Ryan Garcia. This is why he need to go to jail. I mean, the lawsuits just keep coming. Let me see how many people he didn't blame for this. He didn't blame Astraganda. He didn't blame the people that make amino acids. He didn't blame Neutral Bio. He didn't blame Jesus. He didn't blame the devil. He didn't blame everybody but himself. So basically, as he continues to tell more lies, the worse he's making it for himself. Ryan doesn't have any credibility at this point. Now, I knew that Floyd Schofield and his son, Kid Austin, tried to throw him a lifeline by saying, that's just, I'm going to get to them next because I got some special heat for them to sit up there and tell that lie. Yeah, he didn't blame Victor Conti. Who's he going to blame? He probably goes, hey, he might blame me. He might blame me. Eventually, he might blame 7-8. He might blame Ticket TV. He gonna tweet. He gonna say Ticket TV sent me a basketball, an autographed basketball, and it had supplements tainted, wiped on it, and that's how I tested. So I just want to ask this question. How can you Ryan Garcia fans continue to support? Do you know if this was Devin Haney doing this stuff, that they would already be saying just ban him for life? And the problem is people can't just tell the truth. And by the way, fuck that bitch ass nigga, that coon ass nigga came on my channel talking about, oh, I'm pulling the race card. Well, first of all, whatever the case may be, if there is a mythical race card, well, I got a platinum one, because at the end of the day, you give people the reason to pull out their platinum race cards, because at the end of the day, y'all not honest enough to tell the truth what's going on. Look, I'm telling you, the media would have thrashed Devin Haney if he was doing this. Because like I said, there's certain stories that they pick up and certain stories that they don't want to pick up because they feel like anything negative pertaining to black people leads to views, because we know that America and the world as a whole really don't like black people. They try to act like they do, but they don't. You know, there's just certain stories that mainstream media pick up. Y'all notice that mainstream media hasn't really talked about Ryan Garcia, basically being suspended. No long thought out segments, no long panel of people breaking this down. You ain't heard Stephen A. Smith say next to nothing. And I'm going to continue to stay on Stephen A. Smith helmet. I mean, Jason Whitlock is who he is. But Stephen A. Smith, he don't want to try to act like he call it right down the middle. Like I say, there are just certain stories that mainstream media don't want to pick up. Certain stories that content creators don't want to pick up. I'll give you an example. Just like mainstream media is not picking up that story about that couple in West Virginia that had a full-fledged slave concentration camp where they was basically practicing slavery. I just told you, white people have this, I don't know what it is about them having this infatuation and fetish and being turned on by slavery. Nobody's talked about that story. I'm going to talk about it later on, just like I'm talking about it now. Go look up the white couple that got indicted for basically running a slave concentration camp. And they treated them like actual slaves. They wasn't allowed to come in the house. They had them in they had them held captive, chained up and everything. No food, I mean, for real, no bathroom, just horrible. But nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about this. Well, I'm talking about it. Yeah. First of all, that couple, they should receive the death penalty. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna just keep it 100. Had they did that in the area where I was at, and I found out about it, oh, they wouldn't have had to worry about seeing the police. They would have been seeing the devil. I would have sent them to see the devil. They wouldn't have had to worry about being indicted because I would have took care of that. I'm keeping it 100. I would have took care of that myself without no hesitation. Yeah, they've been charged with human trafficking and that kind of stuff, but to me, jail ain't good enough for them. They need to be put in front of a firing squad. But then we know eventually what's gonna happen is some dead wench or some nigga gonna get on YouTube and say he forgive him. Well, okay. What can they possibly, how could that help them kids? Them kids has been psychologically damaged. Them kids gonna need years worth of counseling. And then of course our black celebrities are nowhere to be found speaking on this. So, but I'm the man for the job. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. Y'all can do y'all research on that. For people that say, that challenge me and say that I don't talk about, real events that's going on. Of course I do. I'm gonna talk about it later on. But getting back to Ryan Garcia, I just feel that there is no level that Ryan Garcia is willing to sink to, basically to just cover his ass and just evade the fact that the dude is just a liar. The more he lies and tries to blame it on other people, it just shows me that he is guilty as hell. He's guilty as hell. He took it. He could sit up there and go on any and every panel or basically any outlet to try to talk about this. To me, he shouldn't even be showing his face. Now, I was real disappointed. I'm not gonna say these people's name, but I was a little bit disappointed. This dude walking around like it's the thing to do, and like people are cool with it. People asking to take pictures. I would never take pictures of Ryan Garcia. I wouldn't take pictures of him. I wouldn't take pictures with him, due to the fact that he basically cheated and attempted to do serious harm to somebody. Well, that's coming soon. That's coming soon. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And now we're getting closer. That's the main name that I think everybody is waiting for. And now that he's tied Al Haymon into this, that means we on to something. That means I'm on to something. Well, this is the world we live in now. We celebrate wrongdoing. We celebrate people being dead wrong. We celebrate irresponsible and reckless behavior. Now people feel like they entitled to. People don't have the mentality, I can do what I want and you are supposed to just accept it. Nah, it doesn't work like that. Just because you feel like you can do it or you want to do it doesn't mean that it's right, and doesn't mean that other people have to tolerate it. So now, like that old saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, it appears that the smoke, is starting to arise in the air. You're starting to see the smoke. Now, the fire is coming pretty soon. And when dude outs, you know who, I'm telling you, Ryan is going to eventually bring up dude's name. Or people are going to bring up this dude's name and tie this to Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia will do what he always does. He'll confirm it. This will be the one time that people will believe something that comes out of Ryan Garcia's mouth. And like I said, if it comes out that TBE is tied to this or allegedly tied to this, he's done. He's ruined. He will come across as the biggest hypocrite on the face of the earth. And none of his fun boy fans will be able to defend him. Well, like I said, I had a quick meeting with Bill yesterday. Like, I told Bill what he should do. Like, you already seen that one lie got blew up. So the zone officially came forward and said that Devin did not ever ask to have the footage removed from the fight. What happened was some bozo just started tweeting about it, and he probably was black too. And then everybody just started to pick this up and run with it. I already knew it was BS from the gate. I contacted listen. I did my research. I told you a couple of days before DAZN officially released a statement that it was a lie, that it wasn't true. Well, Floyd was asked, he was asked, did he assist Ryan Garcia and not make it wait when he made an appearance on It Is What It Is? And Floyd wouldn't answer the question. He was asked straight up, he wouldn't answer the question. So that's suspicious right there. Floyd didn't deny it. He talked about I'm not going to answer a question because these type of things, that could lead to lawsuits and all that kind of stuff. So maybe Team Haney should name Floyd in the lawsuit, and then subpoena Floyd to come to court, because then we'll really get to the thick of things. Man, fuck Debo Samuels. Tell Debo Samuels I said he a coon. And tell him if he got a problem, he can come to my Instagram and tell him we'll discuss it. Tell him I said he a coon. And any of you, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with everybody that's just listening, and I'm gonna be as honest as anybody could be. I'm gonna say this again. I love boxing. But I'm a black man first. I don't have no problem with nobody unless they have a problem with me. One thing about me, I got smoke for everybody. I don't see color when it comes to smoke. Anybody come for me or anybody disrespect me, I come for them. Anybody disrespect my people, I come for them. But at the same time, I've held my people accountable when they did something wrong. I've held black women accountable. I've held black men accountable. I've held people that wasn't black accountable when they did something. Like I said, I make mistakes and I have to hold myself accountable, So, I never said I was perfect. And I'm not ever going to tell y'all that lie that I've never made mistakes in my life. But I always try to fix them or correct them. I never came across on this channel as knowing everything. I'm always willing to process new information, no matter who it comes from. So when people send me stuff, I check it out. If it's something that I have an interest in, if it's something that I'm not clear, anybody could tell you who listen to my channel that I've never said I knew everything. I've always been willing to listen to additional information. If I'm not sure, I will ask right on my channel, because I don't pretend to know everything. So I'm black first, and I'm sorry. People can sit up here and try to say that this isn't race oriented when we know boxing is one of the most race oriented sports on the planet. I'm mad at the fact that black people are providing shelter for a Mexican fighter who basically has disrespected black people. Family has disrespected black people, disrespected boxing as a whole, and they're defending this fighter that cheated against a black fighter. Yeah. Here's the thing. The same way that these other nationalities can be tribal and support their race, we should be able to do the same. But you always have these coons, or you have these non-blacks sitting up here trying to tell you that you can't support somebody just because they're black. Who the fuck is you to tell me who to support and who not to support? Like, you don't have that say so. You don't have that right. I've never made a video complaining about Mexicans support Mexican fighters because they Mexican, because I don't have a problem with it. All I've said is we should be able to do that for black fighters. But like I said, black men, and particularly the black man that's been raised in the single mother household, is submissive. They've been raised to, submit to other people. They've been raised to have this mentality that they need to have everybody like them. They need to care what everybody think about them. Now, I know some black women got mad when I said this and was triggered, but I just want to say, fuck y'all too. It's fact. It's fact. This is the end result when you are raised in a single parent home, and particularly by a mother. You have women tendencies, and a lot of these dudes on social media have women tendencies. Just got to be said. Just got to be said. Somebody got to say it. So yeah, I got a problem with Ryan Garcia. I got a problem with him cheating and screwing a black fighter, because that's what he did. And then the thing is, these people won't tell the truth, these non-blacks, and you know what I'm saying, and these coons, because they want people to like them. Well, I don't give a fuck about nobody liking me. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to say what need to be said. Somebody got to say it. If you on my channel because you want me to sit up here and cater to other ethnic groups and give them high praise, well, I'm sorry, you on the wrong channel. I don't know how many times I have to say this. B1, black first. And then, you know what I'm saying, BAF, black as fuck. Not as far as skin tone. I'm saying my inner being. I'm black. Proud of it. Now, some of you other niggas on here that you know what I'm saying, if you are ashamed of who you are and you gutless like that, like I said, all these dudes that's defended Ryan Garcia and make an excuse for him, y'all just a bunch of gutless ass niggas, and that's just all that need to be said. You guys don't have no backbone. You guys are spineless. You know, you're spineless. You doing this stuff, you selling out for views. You are gutless and you spineless. Where me, I'm gonna keep it authentic. No, I already then spoke on LeBron James. LeBron James to me is coming across more as a fraudulent activist. LeBron James, they got more black fired. He did got more black coaches fired than white coaches. He just got, I want this to sink in about LeBron James, and then I'm going to get ready to close this video out. LeBron James got Darvin Ham fired to bring in a white coach that is a suspected white supremacist. JJ Redick seems to have issues with Asians and black women. He's the typical throwback, old school Thomas Jefferson type of racist. He don't like black people, he don't respect black people, but then he want to screw around with black women. This is an ongoing cycle. It's a difference between liking, loving somebody and then lusting. You can sit up there and want something and lust for something and not like them and like them as a whole. So, and then LeBron James hasn't said anything. LeBron James hasn't issued a statement, because what's going on is the NBA is covering this up. I already told you how this works. There is behind the scenes, there is a pack not to really talk about this thing with JJ Redick. So due to the fact that they're not talking about it, they're proving people like me right. They don't want to address it because for some reason they want to play this game that racism doesn't exist. But then keep in mind, these were the same people that were insinuating that the backlash that Caitlin Clark was getting was because of so-called quote-unquote racism. So there you have it. The LeBron James fanboys are going to defend him. They're going to, you know, make excuses for LeBron James. But, I mean, it is what it is, you guys. Yeah, well, she only a feminist when it comes, Hamza. She only a feminist when it comes to slandering black men. You know, remember Malika Andrews is half white. I see more of her mother in her than her father. She just a white supremacist that basically has dark skin. That's all it comes down to. Because if she did, she wouldn't disrespect black men like she does. I already told you eventually Malika gonna address this. And she gonna do it in a cowardly way. She gonna use the "my father is black." She gonna use words like that's preposterous, and she's gonna say she's deeply hurt and disturbed. Yeah, y'all didn't heard this song and dance act so many times. You didn't heard the violin song. Sorry, too much of a paper trail, too much of a video trail, too much of an audio trail for you to try to pull that and say, oh, you don't have nothing against, to say that you don't have vitriol towards black men when clearly you do. Hell, even the dude on the even the what's that dude's name? Even the dude on the Young Turks didn't seen that. So if he see it, then obviously we see it. But I'm telling you, Malika Andrews is eventually going to address this, and that's what she's going to say. And LeBron James showing his hand. Let me tell you guys something. LeBron James, for right now, he's going to stay away from controversy because LeBron James wants to buy that eventual Las Vegas team that's going to enter the NBA between 2028 and possibly 2029. So LeBron James is not going to let anything ruin the chances of him buying that Las Vegas franchise. And his fanboys are going to support him. But anyway, like I said before, Ryan Garcia is getting closer and closer to attaching all this stuff to Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather is somewhere shaking in his boots. He's somewhere shaking it. He probably never thought in a million years Ryan Garcia was going to. But here's the thing. Ryan Garcia has already threw multiple people under the bus. So, at the end of the day, Floyd, it might be better if you just, address this on your own versus somebody make accusations against you. But I laughed when I saw that Ryan Garcia now is attached to this to Al Haymon. At this point, how does Ryan Garcia have any credibility? Hey, dude, get off my channel. It's already been proven that Ryan cheated, dude, because it was in his system. Hey, bro, get off my channel, dude. Get off my channel, right? Yeah, get rid of dude. We're not doing that today. Dude, get out of here, man. No, she hasn't. Man, Malika Andrews ain't no sister. Hell, listen. You know who showed Asia Wilson and Angel Reese some love? That singer Kalani. And Kalani is she showed them some love. I'm gonna talk about that later on. Kalani showed them some love. Now, Kalani is from Oakland. Kalani is mixed with everything. So, I know Kalani likes to say that she's black, but Kalani is mixed with everything. Kalani is mixed with black, white. I think she has some Asian in her and some Native American. So she mixed with everything. But there are certain pictures when she does certain photo shoots, you can see, the melanin in her. But Kalani, technically, I wouldn't exactly say she's black. You could say she's blackish. But at the end of the day, she still tried to be on code and show some love towards, the sisters. So I give her credit. I give her credit for that. But yeah, she was trying to be on code. But Malika Andrews ain't saying nothing in regards to that. Where's this segment asking people to stop the racism towards Angel Reese and give Asia Wilson her prop? Asia Wilson is the best player in the league. I saw her play. I watched that game. She's the best player in the league. She's the leading scorer. She's the best player in the league. And I can see that this Caitlin Clark stuff is starting to die down because I think people that came to the conclusion that it only could last so long. Caitlin Clark is not going to change the game like that. Eventually, due to the fact that the team is not winning now, they may resurface. Caitlin Clark got to win something. Okay? Caitlin Clark ain't even, I think she's not even top 10 in scoring. And Angel Reese is having a better overall season, averaging a double-double. And Caitlin Clark can't play defense to save her life. Caitlin Clark is a horrible defender. And she commits a lot of turnovers. Don't forget Hamza. Caitlin Clark don't play no defense neither. Her defense is terrible. When I say her defense is terrible, she don't know how to head check. She don't know how to do. I'm talking about she is just. I mean, for real, commits a lot of turnovers, and she don't play no defense. And then she can't really create her own shot. Because to be honest with you, Aaliyah Boston once again is actually the best player on that team. She's actually the best. The center is the best player on that team, not her. Well, all I'm gonna say this about Angel Reese, she better look and see who riding for her because at the end of the day, it's been proven when you go against black men and it backfires, especially the ones that be supporting you. When something happened, don't look. Now I'm gonna be cool with Angel. I'm gonna be cool with Angel Reese. I didn't heard some things about her, but she better look and see who's her main supporters. Because just like Carissa Shields, I don't even pay attention to Carissa Shields. Carissa Shields showed her hand when she was trying to talk all that tough girl stuff to she was trying to talk all that tough girl stuff to Tank and Rolly and all them dudes. But then when Ryan Garcia disrespected her right to her face, she tried to laugh it off. And I know it's certain content creators that's cool with Carissa Shields. That's fine. Because I'm gonna say this once again. I don't need no interview with Carissa Shields. I don't give a fuck about Carissa Shields being mad at me or threatening not to talk to me. Make me no difference one way or another. I'll be fine with or without a Carissa Shields interview. So that's what people need to understand. But Angel Reese, she need to be cool. I'll support her from afar, but at the end of the day, she'll see. She'll see. So we'll leave that alone. But nevertheless, though, in closing, you guys have seen and everything you need to know about Ryan Garcia. Somebody should offer to give Ryan Garcia a free lie detector test. But then again, Ryan Garcia lies so much. Ryan Garcia, the type of person, he could actually pass a lie detector test, probably lying, because I think to a certain degree, Ryan Garcia mentally has it in his head that he believes the stuff that comes out of his mouth, because lie detector tests are not foolproof. They're admissible in court. That's why people don't use lie detector tests. So, but it would be interesting to see would Ryan Garcia be willing to take a lie detector test. If somebody said, "Hey, Ryan, I will give you a lie detector test, and I'd ask you some questions." But it would be funny if he failed. If he failed everything, The main question would be, Ryan, did you knowingly take PEDs? How did he, or I'd ask him, Ryan, did somebody in your camp personally get you Osterin? I don't know if he called her a monkey or not, but Ryan Garcia has made that monkey reference. Listen, I'm gonna say this once again. Don't get me confused with anybody else. I'm not trying to sneak diss nobody. I'm not dissing nobody. I'm gonna make this very clear. I don't use that terminology. I'm not trying to instigate nothing, but I want to make it clear on my channel. I do not use that terminology. I do not refer to black people as monkeys because it's too much bad history in reference to people that don't look like us referring to us as monkeys. I don't use that terminology. Now, if you hear somebody else use that terminology in reference to black people, that's them. I don't use that terminology. I'm gonna say this once again. I'm not sneak dissing anybody. I'm not sneak dissing nobody. I'm not taking shots at nobody. But I don't use that terminology when it pertains to black people. I just don't. I just don't, and I can't do it, and I won't do it. Because if somebody that's not black used that terminology towards me, they would be picking his ass off the ground. They would be picking him up off the ground, or they would be calling for the paramedics to come get him. So I don't use that type of terminology. So I want to make that clear. Do not associate that with me. But at the same time, I just want to let you know, if other people use that terminology for black people, then that's on them. But do not attach that to me. And I'm gonna say this for the last time. I'm not sneak dissing nobody. I'm making that very clear. At the same time, I have a right to speak on stuff that I'm not in agreement with. I'm not gonna, muzzle myself, and I'm not gonna watch my tone for the sake of somebody else. Just keeping it a buck, y'all. But anyway, appreciate y'all. It's your boy Tay, and I'm out.